Well, hello internets, here we are. We have ourselves a little bit of a vlog for the day in progress. A few things that I got rattling around this brain of mine. Want to share it all with you. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, I've been doing some project shopping, both in brick and mortar kind of stores, as well as online shopping for items as well. I found a way, or obviously most people probably know it already, but if you scan the barcode of an item or search the item number, sometimes it's cross-referenced online, and you can sometimes find the same items online for $3, $4, $5 cheaper than what they are in store. Now I do understand why. Now I do understand why they're cheaper online than they are in store, because obviously the overhead is different from a physical location. However, when you're on a budget and such, and you don't really have loyalty to any store, shopping where the price is cheaper makes perfect sense to me anyway. And I've done some physical in-person shopping in the brick and mortar stores, and there is a price difference between locations and stores. Obviously, supply and demand, stuff like that. And deciding where to buy things, who I want to support, who I don't want to support, and who I just definitely want to stay away from as much as possible. There will be a couple things that will have to be bought at certain stores I just don't want to go to, but at the same time I can buy far more stuff from other locations and not one-stop shop from them. I do understand one-stop shopping, especially if you're a busy person that can't take the extra little time to go to another store to pick up a few more items. I've seen this happen before, and sometimes you'll pay $3, $4, $5 more because you're there at that time at that location, rather than driving to another store to get it for less. But to each their own, right? Everybody has their own ideas, and some people want to save a dime after spending $1.50 on fuel, and other people just pay it. And if it's $3 more, it's $3 more. To me, having not suffocating friendly type staff, but friendly staff that greet you when you enter the location, staff that make you feel like you're welcome there, like you're not an inconvenience, is important. Having knowledgeable staff is also very important as well, because, well, I'll admit it, there are times where I need help. I'll have to ask a question because, well, I'm not an encyclopedia. I don't know everything by far. And to have inexperienced staff, because that's all they can hire, because they have burned through all the experienced staff by not paying them a wage that they deserve. So now they're stuck with, and all they can hire are the inexperienced staff and those that have never handled a hammer in their lifetime. And unfortunately, when that happens, the customer service suffers as well. Sometimes when I have various projects going on in my mind, I go to stores not necessarily to buy anything for the projects, sometimes just to browse. Sometimes seeing supplies sitting there gives me ideas on how to build the project better. Sometimes just browsing gives me ideas on future projects. Sometimes I see things on the shelves this month that 2-3 months down the road I decide, well, hey, I could use that for this upcoming project. So here we go. Price checking, obviously, comparing that to, and I found an item that was like $10 cheaper in store than it was online. And it probably has a lot to do with the size of the item and the weight of the item for shipping to. One of the things I find is buying liquids online, whether it's paint or paint supplies, can be expensive, more expensive online than they are buying them in the store. I think it probably has a lot to do with the shipping difficulties of these liquid items. Paint, if the lids aren't tight, then they leak. And when they leak, the item is ruined, and they could quite possibility leak into the box below them and ruin other items on the stack. So your little $6 tube of paint, or whatever it is, $10 bottle of paint additive, could cost a couple $100 when it leaks all over somebody's dress or clothes that's in the box below it. So that kind of puts a little bit of a crimp into online shopping for certain items, but at the same time, you still need an excuse to go out. You still need a reason to leave the sanctuary that you call this apartment, and this way you can go in person down to the paint store and buy your stuff and not worry about it freezing in a truck when it's being shipped in the winter. It's kind of weird how, I've mentioned this before, the whole retail landscape is changing. I feel that things are going less and less to in-person buying to more of a order online and pick it up. Even as recent as 3 years ago, 4 years ago, ordering online and picking up in person was non-existent in this town. And since the last couple of years here, the whole online buy your groceries, get some kind of reference number, pull into a stall, say you're here, and person brings out your stuff, and away you go. In a way, I can see that being useful. Hypothetically speaking, if you're a mother with children, one of the worst things that can have is to the inconvenience of grocery shopping with a child that doesn't want to be in the grocery store. If you're suffering from a disability where you can't handle the noise or the crowds of a grocery store, the online shopping would be beneficial, because you just click and collect and pay for your order and go and get it without having to interact with more than maybe one or two people at the most. The most crowded thing you'll probably experience is the parking lot itself, and if you're out driving your vehicle, then you should be able to handle the bubble of your vehicle without having too many issues. And even the whole online food buying thing, like pizza delivery, or those, you click on a restaurant, you have them deliver you a salad for a $10 salad for a $5 tip and a $6 delivery fee. Used to have to physically go down there and get it yourself, or maybe get one of the cab companies to do it. And really, when it was delivered to your door, it wasn't an app. It was paid by cash by a driver, and no receipt, hardly, no nothing, and away you go. With the modern technology, all that's done on a third-party app, and away you roll from there. And those stores that haven't embraced that app still deal with the debit machines, where the driver comes and you swipe the card and you go from there. But even then, some of these food things, they're not even confirming the address to be proper when they drop it off. They just leave the food outside an address and bail, and they claim it's been completed, but really it's not. It's that your next door neighbors are a block away or across town, and people have said that they have not got the food quite repeatedly. Different customers, of course, and some addresses apparently don't exist according to their system, which then makes it impossible to make deliveries. And I'm not 100% sure. There still is some huge bugs to work out in that system for it to be effective. Maybe in the big cities it's different, but out here it's a bit of trouble. It's kind of weird how things change, kind of weird how things go, and you have to evolve with the landscape, you know. And as I said earlier about not being pigeonholed into shopping with one store like you have your whole life, whether you work there or at one time enjoyed the shopping, you know, shopping around, sometimes paying more for things for a better store is sometimes worth it in the long run. But a few things that I got rattling around in my brain, it is what it is, and around we go. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.